Hello again, this is Robert Veach here. This is my video review of the Seesii brand. Their WH700 Cordless Brushless 1/2 impact wrench comes in this really nice protective case. This generates 479 foot-pounds. Everything's all organized. You have your nice instruction manual. The unit itself, a charging block for the 2 included batteries. Very simple to charge. There is a port right on the battery right there. We're going to show you how to do that. This includes those 2 4-amp-hour batteries. There's 6 sockets, 8 drill bits inside this little box right here. We're going to open this up, put it on the table, show you everything and how to operate it. There's over 1,600 excellent customer ratings for this. So we're going to describe what an impact wrench is and what the mechanism is on here and why you want to get one of these for your shop. So here's everything out of the box. And I'm going to just describe real quick what an impact wrench is. So I just have a little homemade drawing right there. There is the output part that is on the tool right there. Inside there is a weight, a mass, a piece of heavy lead that's encapsulated with steel, and there's a spring mechanism and a clutch. And when you put resistance on the output, that thing rotates and it reaches a trigger point and it snaps. So it's like a hammer that is hammering on the rotation every so often when it is needed, when the torque is derived and necessary on the output. Really important tool to have, works really well. These batteries are very nice quality. They have a clip which holds it in place, and then each one has its own power indicator letting you know the power that is on there. And again, the charging port is right there, simple to operate, and the charger itself is included with a barrel connector. We're going to show you that. There is a strap included on here. If you wanted to hold this tool with a strap, you can do that. And on the bottom over here, let's show you right here, change the camera angle. It comes with all these nice drill bits, and these are 1/4 inch style that allow you to drive things right quickly. And it has this really cool adapter that holds those in. You pull it back, it has a locking mechanism in there that's going to hold it in place. And then it has all these different 1/4 inch bits, which are great flat Phillips, different sizes. And then the socket heads themselves, the millimeter sizes, and you can see these pins. These pins are what go through, we're going to show you, and the gaskets are what hold the pins in. So the basic concept is this: when you look at the socket itself, there is an opening there. You see that hole right there, and that hole gets lined up with the hole on the tool like that. And then once that's lined up, you get the light can go through there because it's an opening right there, and that's where you're going to be putting the pin through that opening there, and that's what's going to lock it in place. And then you pick the gasket, and once you then slide that over that, it holds it in place. They're doing that so you have a really solid connection so that when this thing starts working, it's not going to come off with that pin having any slop in there. It's a really good idea. Now I have one of the socket heads on here, one of the larger ones, and they have the pin inside there and the gasket on there. And when I show you the tool itself, you can see it's a brushless motor, and that really improves the torque and the lifespan. There's no sparking going on, there's no contacts to wear out. It's a magnetic floating design, really nice. There's the forward and back speeds we're going to show you. So let's take this battery and we're going to slide it till it locks in place, and then the tool comes on, and you have total variable speed, as you can see, and you have this speed direction also. Now there is a front headlight on here, which is very nice and bright, and that comes on anytime you hit the trigger on there. Now when you're going in the forward direction, I'm going to show you forward direction right there. So now it's going as if it's tightening something up. There is a little display on here. It's going to be hard to show, but it's right there. And on there you have a button. So you have a choice of the 2 speeds. You have to hit the trigger, and then you have a couple seconds to do it, and you have the low and the high. You see how it switches between the 2. That's nice. That other indicator there, those 3 bars, is just a duplication of the output right here, so you know. Now there's a unique feature on here that I'm going to describe. This has reverse brake stop mode. That's only enabled when you're in the reverse mode, so when I go in reverse. And that's a really cool function. You can turn that on and off. And it will automatically stop the tool's rotation shortly after a fastener is loosened. So this will prevent the bolts from falling off or getting damaged. Especially helpful when you're working in a tight space or overhead. So that's pretty unique. I like that. So to get that function, there is a little corner LED right there, and there's the low and high, but then to the left of that, it has the auto stop mode on there, right there. So you want to enable that. It only is enabled in the reverse direction. See that LED right there? So then I could turn that off if I want by pushing that button again. You see how it went off? Or I could turn it back on. Really handy to have that when you're removing lug nuts or something that could fall. You don't want to have it shooting down on your garage floor. That's a really cool feature. So here I've got the charger plugged in. You see it has a green LED on there, and once you then plug into the port on the battery, plugged it in right there. See that now goes to red, and this will charge, and that'll go back to green. It's just that simple. So here I have a lug nut I got to remove, and this is a test of this tool, and I'm having trouble even with a torque wrench and the proper socket. So I've got the 𝗠cie right here with the right socket head and with the metal piece inside there and the gasket. I'm on reverse and high. I have it set to the auto stop mode on there. So let's line this up right here. Look at that. It just removed it instantaneously. Now that's impressive. I was sitting here with that torque wrench, not being able to remove that. I can't believe how fast that removed that. So now we can go in the forward direction. Just like that. And then I could use the torque wrench to torque that up if needed. So that works excellent. So if you're building a deck, this 𝗠cie impact driver is excellent. Use the adapter that's included. I've got the bushing in here, the metal rod, the shorter one that it comes with, and I have a little adapter you could buy for this size. Whatever bolt is, lag bolt you're using will work. And I have the function turned off, the reverse function on there, because I don't want to use that because this isn't a lug nut. But so that hammering action, the hammering action is going to work to drive it. As it's rotating, it's hammering it. And you can see how good that light is. Just makes it so easy to see and drive something. So if you're building a deck or something, this is excellent for that, especially with that adapter that's included. And of course, with that adapter, you have all the attachments, the ∠ drive. Here's a Phillips head on here, and this could work to remove that or to put it. Now you can hear that hammering action. The hammering action is what's rotating and driving that thing and keeping that in. So what it's doing is just helping it drive it really quickly with a lot of additional force. Let's not forget that it has the included drill bits on there. This whole setup right here is all included. So this is also excellent for just drilling holes. It'll drill holes all day long. Very efficient and very fast. So after testing the Seesii WH700 Cordless Brushless 1/2 inch impact wrench, what do I think about it? Well, look at the value you're getting right here. Drill bits, gaskets, pins, the 6 socket heads metric size, the converting socket head to put the 1/4 inch bits that are included. 2 separate batteries, the power supply, a strap, and the unit itself built like a tank, and that incredible holder, instruction manual. This will allow you to keep everything all organized and ready to use. So as I demonstrate, this is a great value. This thing worked amazing, and so many ways to use this. If you have to get one type of tool, this is the one to get, because you can drill and remove bolts and put socket heads through wood. You can, if you're building a deck, this will work. This has a wide range of application for it, with those 2 different speeds and choices on there. This is excellent. So I'm impressed with the quality of this product. I'm going to give it a full 5-star rating. I hope this video review helped you with your buying decision. Thank you for watching.